and show you how to embrace the beauty that's uniquely yours. Dr. Beauty.
Welcome, our lovely viewer. I'm Chomendo Sani, your host of this beautiful, amazing show called Dr. Beauty. And guess what? Our main sponsor is Movit. Don't forget to use Movit Herbal, Movit Jelly, and all their other Movit products. They're really amazing. They do very nice hair. You can try. I'm not alone in studio. I'm with a very prominent man, an amazing man who has really put a lot in fashion, in modeling, to Africa, to the world. Yes, he's Mr. Ron Suba. And I believe so many of you have actually met this man in fashion shows, but you really didn't know most of his details. And today we are lucky enough to have him here. He'll give us most of the details, how you can join his modeling companies. Yes, to lead you through briefly on his profile, Mr. Ron Suba is a model agent, he's a fashion and image consultant, he's a fashion show producer, a talent scout, a casting director, and a pageant expert. This is the man behind Crystal Models Africa. He's the main founder, and yes, he's also a founder of Pearl of Africa Fashion Alliance. That is a new one, guys. You need to join these kind of amazing fashion enterprises. And with beauty, you know we cannot just send someone out knowing all those details within this show. Yes, Mr. Suba, please say hello to the viewers out there.
Hello, everybody. Those that are watching live, we are at UPC today, and I'm very excited to be sharing with Shani here. I believe our conversation with her is going to be amazing. To you that is watching, be inspired, just like the word says, inspiring what?
Inspiring Uganda, yes. I'm so humbled to have you. So, Mr. Suba, I would love to first appreciate you for really helping so many models out there. But so many people are so passionate about modeling, but they don't know how to start. How do you really spot these talents?
As a talent agent, mine is I have an eye for talent. I have an eye for beauty. I have an eye for everything fashion and style. So we can easily see this. Immediately you look at someone, you can easily see that extra unique component about this particular individual. Whether in color, whether in size, whether in skin, all those attributes connect to one person called a model. Diversity in our industry, and we really promote it. So as far as scouting for talent is concerned, I believe we nurture it first before it becomes talent. We don't just see it from the word go.
Surely, surely. So models here in Africa, it's not something really that has been so much embraced apparently, though you're trying to push it there. But some parents cannot really understand the strength of their children, where they're supposed to be. And I believe you've got such challenges where the child is very much have the attributes towards that, but the parents are really not in support of it. How do you go about that?
I think the problem is sensitization, and at the same time, of course, with government policies here and there. I can imagine many people wouldn't want their daughters to be into the fashion industry, also in modeling. But this is a very exciting sector, I would say. This sector has quite a lot of things that will nurture your child and give them a lot of self-confidence, I would say. That's why we market them, we place them out there. And at the end of the day, yes, if people have not embraced this to the world, it means probably they are not involved fully. But as I speak, the fashion industry is really growing big. You know, in Uganda, in Juba, we go to Kenya, I have models in South Africa. I believe there is quite a lot that a few people now can see. The rest, if they can't see, definitely they are not interested in fashion. But those that are, this is a part of talent. You, parent that is watching, ever want your child to grow and maybe grow in terms of their confidence, you need to be able to tell them words like, you're beautiful. So we handle that beauty element in them. Yes.
That's really amazing, because that's a challenge to each one of the parents out there. Sometimes we only focus on education, but also hands-on things are really important. I've seen Jessica Kayanja and Pastor Robert Kayanja allow their child do this. And you know what? That event you saw so massive at Serena, he was the man behind it. Tell me how did you to actually go about such a great event, because it required so many fashion brands in there, the decoration, everything had to be on point, and you really pulled out really the event so well. What were the challenges that were involved and the successes that you really saw come to the Uganda's fashion page?
Okay, the Christiana show was one of those shows that I have done and was really massive, I would say, especially the fact that we are in COVID at that time. We're closing the channels of COVID. Now, having to work with Pastor Robert Kayanja together with the wife in putting up such a very big maiden show wasn't something so easy, I would say. This is a very big show with close to 100 models, and I think it's one of the biggest fashion shows that we have ever had here, where you have more than 100 models on stage. At the same time, I worked with a very talented young girl, Christiana. She had more than 100 pieces to put out to the world. Now, that is not something easy, and I think it should be captured that she is one of the few young, talented designers that has really put out her collections to the world, and in big numbers. The show was really big, so you can imagine being big also is a very big challenge. Right. At the same time, being COVID-19, indeed, that was also a big challenge. I can imagine. We had to, of course, follow really strict conditions upon how people were going to sit. And among the shows that were allowed to go on during the COVID times was that very show. It wasn't something simple. And we had a number of people from all places coming to watch the show. The show was amazing. It was colorful. It was big, I would say, from makeup to fashion to everything, to the guest list. Literally everything was big. Upon my production, I look at a lot of things. And of course, fashion comes first. And Christiana had it all, yes.
That's really amazing. So, Mr. Nsubuga, we already see these collections being displayed, but how do we easily access them? Like, if I'm interested in some dress that a model is putting on, how do I really get to find that? Or buy it from that very brand where I've seen it being showcased?
Most times it's from the runway to the shops. Christiana has a big shop right now in Rubaga, and her store, I believe, has most of the pieces that she went on to showcase. That's if they have not bought them already. But most times when a fashion designer showcases their pieces, you can always book when you see one. Immediately, you don't need to waste time, because there will be quite many people that are booking it. So that's the only way. The other thing is you have to walk directly to their shops and buy it. But definitely we advocate for quite a lot of that. We want people to see what they have watched on show. Yes.
Hey kids, we're going to count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enjoy 5 ways to love your baby, smoothen and protect your baby's skin with 5 new gentle formulations. Original to nurture your baby, aloe vera to protect your skin, cocoa butter to comfort your pinky, mild scent to soothe your little one, and avocado to soften your bunju skin. Available in all supermarkets, retail shops, and cosmetics shops near you. Move it, baby jelly. All day confidence.
Then another thing is, Mr. Ronnie, models, we see models being paid highly out there, but here models, actually to villages, okay, up country, people don't really kind of business. How do you try to paint this image to some girl out there that is in Karamoja, that is just down there, who is also trying to push this dream to actually become what they see on TV or they see out there? They believe they would at some point be paid to maybe model on those sets. But this child does not have any access to maybe flying over, or does not have direct way of contacting you. How do you actually plan to also elevate this kind of children, I would say?
She's talking about models are paid really highly around the world. I can imagine one of my models, for example, in London, just for a mere photo shoot, can be paid close to Ugandan shillings, around 4 million for a shoot. And we send them just for a particular period of time. Just like right now in September, there is a season going on with London Fashion Week and any other fashion weeks all over the world. And models are paid really, really highly. But come back home here, we see a total difference in numbers. And of course, like I said, a lot of government policies here cannot, make us be paid well. With our clients and the way they are paying taxes here and there. That's why, in the first place, we are now advocating for better structures in the fashion industry. Because I'm now imagining, if one of my models is in Paris and she's paid close to 13 million for a show and maybe a few photo shoots here and there, and come back home here, and someone is calling them to be paid 50,000, it wouldn't be nice. Yeah, so we are advocating for better payment methods. At the same time, even our clients themselves, we are trying to see that they can pay our models really good money. It's the only way someone who is in Karamoja will be motivated fully. And maybe number two, a lot of young people in this sector, or a lot of young people from the age of 16, you find them so much in areas of style, and they want to be models. When they get realized they are paid less, some of them will never be motivated to come in. Yes, but as for Crystal Models Africa, we are very models payment, and we don't joke around. I'm very sure clients that are watching me know this. As Crystal Models Africa, my models are paid really nice money. We don't limit them to cheap jobs. Yes, so to whoever we represent, they really go highly because they really work hard for it. By the time a model goes to work, it means they have gone through training. It means they are skillful. Yeah, so we advocate for models to be skillful because clients want who are good, who are professionals. And that's what we are advocating now, so that they can maybe get a better salary or pay tomorrow.
That's true, and disciplined as well. You may have all it takes, but character also matters. That's really amazing. Away from the model sector, you are multitasker. And Mr. Ronnie, I would love to also ask about this fashion industry. There are so many competing brands here, so many. So what is that element that is lacking compared to the fashion world here? Because when we talk about Dr. Beauty, we're talking about beauty entirely, be it fashion, be it makeup, be it everything that calls for beauty. We shall attack it, we shall venture into it, we shall showcase it on this very show. So, Mr. Ronnie, what is that element you'd love all the other fashion stars, all the other celebrities, the other brands that are coming up to venture in most?
My word, I think lately, ever since I started the Pearl of Africa Fashion Alliance, we are advocating among our core values. We advocate for unity. There is no way in the world entrepreneurs can just work just like that and they become successful. There is a big need for unity here. That's why we started the PAFA brand, so that designers, retailers, manufacturers, different individuals from companies, etc. can join up and we think together so that we can elevate the fashion industry and textile industry in Uganda. If people don't unite to work together, they will never ever work closely. The policies today that need to be, checked, and now it calls for unity first, for people to see this element of unity, then they can now, elevate all this. Then I would say brands also need to invest in knowledge. There is no way you just wake up in the morning to start up a fashion brand in Uganda just like that. You need to have proper knowledge about it. And here we are trying to advocate for better schools, better education. For example, today, among our reports that we have written, we have a report to do with the status of fashion education in Uganda. So brands that are into beauty, brands that are into style and fashion, almost all of them should really, really invest in acknowledging the strength of knowledge before they put out their products out there to the world to use. Take, for example, beauty itself. Someone who is using, for example, which brand? ETC. Movit has elevated.
Yeah.
And I believe with the workshops they are doing, I see, by the way, we are seeing, we are involved in research. Movit is good, it's high notch, it's top notch. Yes. Yeah, so this is what we are trying to advocate for with also these other brands. They should be involved in research. They need to be involved in customer, better services. We want to see that at least the consumers get better products and better services amongst anything they want to use.
Oh, surely. Thank you, Mr. Ronnie. I would love to appreciate again our dear sponsor, that is Movit. And yes, we also want to thank the research you do to make our skins really healthy. So Ronnie, people usually perceive it that if you only bleach, only become a white, or maybe you try some cosmetic like that of, I almost spelled the name, but those people that are too brown is when you're beautiful. You having stayed in this kind of industry, I've never seen any of your models bleached. They just come with their plain color. You just add some little touch, maybe of makeup, or some even go on runway when they're plain, and I've seen some with even showering brush, but they look really amazing. How do you help these girls appreciate it, know that they're completely complete to run on those runways?
Number one, brands should now start advocating for at least better skincare products. Today in our markets, there are a lot of people using products that are going to bleach them. There is need for sensitization. I expect government agencies now to come in and be involved. We have seen a lot of agencies like UBOS that I believe, to me, is not doing enough, because imagine I scout very beautiful girls from all over, more so in places like Karamoja, places like Gulu. And these are very beautiful dark-skinned girls that we now take to the world to see. We are Africans. So the element of Africanacity should be involved in setting up these brands and the products on the local market. Without this, I believe we are copying a lot of the Western brands, which is not taking us anywhere, I would say. Yeah, so if I'm to look at my models, we always take in those that have their own natural skin. To me, natural comes first. If you have seen Movit, for example.
You do skin testing?
Not just skin testing. At times, by the time they come in, we know that they are natural. I wouldn't want to scout a model today and the next day she's of a different color. And among the we also give beauty classes. With these beauty classes, the model has to be able to embrace their skin type. So skin type is important. And maybe also to tell brands that are dealing in beauty that they should invest in sensitization. They need to have people to know their skin types. Do you know your skin type? Yeah, so that is very important for brands in beauty to sensitize people about. For us in the modeling and fashion industry, we really, really look at that. My clients, like fashion designers, that's one of the things they want to see that beauty. Because with beauty, with a canvas, clothes come in properly.
I think this would be to that very person who is in charge of this, but still, since I have access to you, I would ask, because I'm so much interested into this. One of my girls is into also fashion and beauty. So I'm asking on behalf of also other parents out there, how do you balance the academics and money-making deals?
Okay. I'm also a parent, by the way. And being a parent that also is involved in children is very important. Most of our jobs, especially to do with these young people, is involved so much in holidays. We do not want to disturb these children. Sincerely speaking, they're involved in a lot of too much hard work at school. And this other world of modeling should come probably as a co-curricular activity during the holidays. More so, yeah, that's when we put up fashion shows, that's when we put up photo shoots, that's when we document them. That's when you see quite a number of activities on our websites. Yes.
Kids, we're going to count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enjoy 5 ways to love your baby, smoothen and protect your baby's skin with 5 new gentle formulations. Original to nurture your baby, aloe vera to protect your shibubu skin, cocoa butter to comfort your pinku, mild scent to soothe your little one, and avocado to soften your Available in all supermarkets, retail shops, and cosmetics shops near you. Move it, baby jelly. All day confidence.
We clearly know that thousands and millions of viewers always watch UBC, and we really celebrate you guys. You are still watching Dr. Beauty, a show that is proudly sponsored by Movit. And today I'm not alone in studio. I'm with an amazing guest. That is Mr. Ron Suba, the man behind Pearl of Africa Fashion Alliance, a new company that you actually need to join. Yes, he's also the man behind Crystal Models Africa. So we have a very prominent person here with us, and we are humbled to have him. He will be telling us more about the things he does, but one of the things he does, that's beauty pageantry. And yes, he has been behind Miss Tourism Uganda and Miss Kavi. We want him to tell us what's coming next and more of the details when it comes to beauty pageantry.
Definitely with beauty pageants in Uganda, and anytime very soon Uganda is going to see the best of the best pageants in Uganda that will embrace the word culture.
Wow.
And that pageant is going to be called Miss Culture Uganda.
Amazing.
You can imagine how many cultures we have in Uganda.
So
Yes, so we anytime are going to invest in documenting these cultures using beauty as a very key tool, you know, to sell and promote our Ugandan women. Yes.
pageantry is an amazing thing. It's where someone would actually pay to relieve stress or even have fun, yes. How do you plan to go down there in Koboko and identify that woman or that child who is actually into modeling, into fashion, into beauty, and make them confident that they can take the crown home?
We invest in coordinators, I would say. We have trained, and we're still training more coordinators that are able to go to these different regions and cultures, definitely. They will act as the best of these young people before we bring them to the center, which is Kampala. Yes, so it's a structure that we have placed there, and I believe we'll get the best girls ever. Yes.
It has been really an honor to have you, Mr. Suba, to this amazing show, and please come again if we invite you. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Friends, thank you so much for loving Dr. Beauty, the show, for loving us, and please continue to follow us on all our social handles, that is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but it's also well. And please, thank you for loving UBC family. UBC inspires Uganda. We only bring you people that are verified, that have really done great things, that have really impacted society, that have educative things to share with us. So please continue loving the show, and we love you. Until we meet again, bye.
In a world that never stops, find your balance, your beauty, your radiance. Welcome to Dr. Beauty, the show where beauty is more than skin deep. Join us as we explore the secrets to glowing skin, healthy hair, and the perfect self-care routines. From expert tips on skincare to makeup magic and everything in between. Dr. Beauty will embrace the beauty that's uniquely yours. Dr. Beauty.
Hey kids, we're going to count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enjoy 5 ways to love your baby, smoothen and protect your baby's skin with 5 new gentle formulations. original to nurture your baby, aloe vera to protect your shibubu skin, cocoa butter to comfort your pinku, mild scent to soothe your little one, and avocado to soften your buju skin. Available in all supermarkets, retail shops, and cosmetics shops near you. Move it, baby jelly. All day confidence.